Hello, hello, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to our first official live on my YouTube channel. I am so excited to do this. Please, I'll be doing an audio check before I proceed. So if you can hear me, if you can see me, please just drop a comment. So let me know that you can hear me perfectly well before I bring our guest and before we proceed. Please do let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me, just drop a comment so to be sure that we all are following. Please drop a comment if you can see and hear me. Can we all hear me? Yes, we can hear you. All right, awesome. Awesome. I need just two more confirmation and we will proceed. Wow, awesome. Loud and clear. Awesome, awesome. I am super pumped to do this. Trust me, I am super pumped to do this. And you guys will get extreme value this night. And not just that, I'll be giving you all a gift, a free gift, if you wait till the end of this live video. If you wait to the end of this live video, I promise to give you an awesome gift that will solve your Facebook ban and restriction problems. So, guys, stay tuned and trust me, you will get value. If you have questions, pen them down. Not now. Just pen down the questions and I'll bring them on when it is time for Q&A. Okay, guys. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, this night or evening, wherever you are watching this live video from, would actually be talking about Facebook ad scaling. We'll be talking about different strategies you can use to scale your Facebook ads. And not just that, because when you start getting conversions, when the conversions are too much for you to handle, probably you are scaling very, very well. You are getting more orders, more conversions, more customers. The next thing you will need is how to properly manage your conversions and all of that. So we'll not just be talking about Facebook ad scaling. We'll also talk about how you can manage your e-commerce business. Now, here is the thing. This is not just for e-commerce merchants only. Whatever business you are doing so far, it is online and you generate traffic through Facebook. Trust me, you will get value. So, guys, I won't waste your time. I just want us to go straight to the point and get this done. So, with me tonight, I'll be bringing our guest, who is Mr. Ayoola Dagunduro. He is a silent digital marketer, advertiser, founder, just name it. Like, he's very, 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 very good. And I'll be bringing him on, and he will be our guest on tonight's show. As I've said earlier, guys, if you wait till the end of this live webinar, trust me, I'll be giving you a gift, like a gift, a premium gift. And in fact, what I'm giving you is currently being sold at 10,000 naira. So I'll be giving you for free. So just wait to the end of this live. So I can see so many of you. I can see Matthew Check. I can see Daniel Emmanuel. I can see Festus Oderinde. I can see Femi Olamide. I can see Tunji Oluwatuyi. I can see Pelea Ejinwa. I can see Ayodele Oyelami, Decency Properties. You guys are awesome. Thanks for joining me this night. I can see Beyond Regular Store. I can see Ayodele Oyelami. So, guys, you guys are just awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I am super pumped to uh, do this night. I can see Clinton. I can see Jacqueline Okonkwo. I can see Gloria. Guys, I'll not be able to mention everybody's name. And as I've said earlier on, I just want us to go straight to the point. And please wait to the end of this live. I have a free, special, awesome gift for you. Okay, I can see Joyce. I can see Dabson. I can see Wakili Usman. So enough of the greetings. I can see Onyatena. Oh, so guys, awesome, awesome. Thanks for joining me live. So guys, let's just get started with the reason we are here this night. So as I've said earlier, I'll just give a brief of what we'll be doing this night. Then we'll pick it up. I'll bring on our guests and we'll pick it up from there. So this night, as I've said, I'll just give a recap. This night, all what we'll be discussing about is Facebook ad scaling, Facebook ad scaling, and how you can effectively and efficiently manage your e-commerce business when you start scaling really high and you're getting orders. So guys, today we'll be having Mr. Ayoola Dagunduro as our guest. And who is Mr. Ayoola Dagunduro? You love to know. Mr. Ayoola Dagunduro is an astute businessman and a serial entrepreneur who owns several businesses, including e-commerce, tech startup, is into real estate. He's also an investor in blockchain and cryptocurrency. So he has this wealth of experience when it comes to media buying and all of that, and even scaling. He is doing 9 figures in a year. So he knows what he's doing. Oh, I'm seeing some new faces here. I'm seeing Oguni Folusho, Dominic Unkoro. That is the CEO of Bread Factory. So, guys, let's get started. So, let me bring on board our guest. Okay, welcome, Mr. Ayoola. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Let me know.
Yes, loud and clear. Good evening, everybody. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
guys. Sorry. Okay, guys, please, if you can hear him clearly, also drop a comment so we can know before we proceed. Please, just drop a comment. Let's know that you can hear him. Then we'll proceed. Please drop a comment if you can see Mr. Ayoola and if you can hear him clearly so we can proceed with today's class. Okay, I'm not seeing comments. Can you all still hear me? And can you hear Mr. Ayoola? Please just drop a comment. Okay, right done. Awesome. Okay, Mr. Ayoola, they can hear you perfectly loud and clear. So let's get started. So I'll just ask you some questions. Awesome. They can hear you. I'll just ask you some questions and you give us an answer. And the reason why we are here is because we want to learn. We just need to learn what we can do and apply immediately we leave this live call. Awesome. Everybody can hear you loud and clear. Okay, so enough with all of the greetings. Welcome. I see you all. Let's just get started with today's live webinar. Okay, so Mr. Ayoola, welcome. And as I've said, I'll be asking you questions. You give us a response. Then we'll pick it up from there. Now, my first question is, what is scaling in general? Like, what does it mean when we say scaling? What's the meaning of scaling? What does scaling mean in
All right,
general?
thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Samuel. So, scaling. Okay, so once more, can you guys hear me? Am I very
Yeah,
clear? Very
we
clear,
can.
right? Okay. All right, that's good. So, scaling simply has to do with um, taking your business from where you are right now to the stage where you are doing um, maybe 5x or 10x. What do I mean? You're making 5 times more sales, 10 times more sales, 20 times more sales, and more importantly, not necessarily spending a corresponding amount of money. So, assuming you were spending 10,000 naira before to make a sales of 100,000, scaling means I want to spend 15,000 and make a sale of 500,000. So
Awesome.
if you spend 10,000 to make 100,000 naira sales and you're spending 20,000 to make 200,000 naira sales, you are not really scaling because you are still on the same ratio as you were before. So it looks as if you're scaling, but that's not scaling, right? So it's all about taking a little budget on ad spend and make far much more amount of sales and orders that you would normally have made with that same figure. So that's basically what scaling is.
Wow, awesome. I just got a new insight. So it's not just you spending more money. People when you hear scaling and all of that, you will be like, yes, I'm spending $100 in a day. Now, what Mr. Yola is saying here is it's not just about spending that much money. Yes, it is good to spend much money, but the thing is this: the let's assume you are using $100 to get maybe 50 orders in a day.
Yes.
Do you get it now? Then when you start scaling, you should be using that same $100 to be getting probably 70, 80 orders in
Exactly.
a day.
Yeah.
So when you are looking at scaling, it's not just limited to the amount of money you are spending. The more you spend, the better is the better results you get, right? But the thing is, as you are spending, make sure you are getting of times two up times 1.5 of the existing result that you are getting. Awesome. Thanks for that nice insight. Now, my next question is this: scaling, everybody talks about scaling. In fact, people that are yet to know about how to run proper ads are talking about scaling. Now, my question is, what are those things you need to look into? What are the metrics you need to look into? What are those things you need to consider? What are the elements you need to consider before you even think of scaling at all?
All right. Thank you very much. So I'm going to be very, very blunt, as very as blunt as bluntness
Yes,
can be, right?
that's what we
Because
want here. Yes.
exactly, and that's one thing I'm known for. I say it as it is, right?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
left for anybody to take it or not. Now,
yeah.
before you can talk about scaling, right? There's something very, very, very fundamental. Whether you're doing e-commerce, whether you're into real estate, whether you're into whatever thing you're doing, before you can think of scaling, there's something very fundamental. And I found out that majority of e-commerce business owners in Nigeria, as it were, don't want to listen to this thing. And it's
Okay.
very, very fundamental, very important. What is it? It has to do with your mindset. Your
Hmm.
mindset is the foundation of anything you want to do. So I'm going to just relate it with scaling. So assuming for the past 6 months or 1 year, you've always struggled around 300K, 500K every month, right? And
Okay.
you want to take this figure to maybe 5 million naira a month. I kid you not. No matter the strategy you use, you will not you would hardly exceed your former threshold without fixing your mindset. Your mindset plays a lot of role in scaling, because if you cannot see big figures in your mind, that is, the eyes of your mind cannot see big figures, right? You can't have it in reality. That's just the truth of the matter. So the
Wow.
very first thing is you expose your mind to big figures. Make sure that the thought of millions, 10, 15, 20 million naira, just the thought of it doesn't shake you.
Hmm.
Even though you've not
Awesome.
gotten it yet, right? The
Yeah,
aspect
yeah.
of mindset is it can take a whole full webinar. We are not done. It's a full course on its own, and that is the foundation of it all. So your mind should be able to believe, should be able to see this thing first before anything about scaling, talking about Facebook ads or whatever things you want to do at all. In fact, if you want to do business and you cannot, first of all, see it in the spiritual realm, in this spirit, I'm sounding like a pastor now, right? But it's very
Yeah, yeah.
important. I say
Right
this so
now,
that you
right now,
understand
Pastor.
where I'm going.
Yeah,
So the things in the spirit or the intangible that you cannot see control what
yeah,
happens in our reality, right? So you should expose your mind to this. Let be around people that are doing what you intend doing. Associate with people that are doing big numbers. Even if you don't have the privilege of meeting them one-on-one, go consume their content. Go on YouTube, watch videos of wealth. Just expose your mind to abundance. That is the first thing. First thing, get
wow.
this right,
That
and you've done 70% of the job.
wow.
Okay.
That is an awesome. That's an awesome point. That is like the fundamental that most people are neglecting. When you talk about mindset, it will be like mindset, whoa, what's mindset? You want to start motivating me and all of that. Trust me, before I started doing 7 figures in a month in my e-commerce business, I struggled. Like I really, really struggled moving around in circles in that 6 figures arena. But most people are neglecting the fact that mindset is very, very important. Like most of you here, you might be waiting for the strategy and all of that. Just calm down. The strategies will be shared. But you see, these are little, little things that we are neglecting, and you need to take them serious. Mindset is truly, truly, truly very, very important if you truly want to scale, because scaling is not, you can start scaling today and probably there are some little little challenges, then you just give up and you'll be like, I'll come back to it and all of that. You see, you cannot scale for so long. And one more thing I would like to talk about is this: when we say scaling, scaling is not you trying to test and optimize new campaigns. No, before you start scaling, you want to make sure you're already getting results. The only thing you are scaling is you are scaling what is already working. You are scaling the results you are getting already, not that you are just learning how to run Facebook advert and all of that. So I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say here is this: before you even think of scaling at all, make sure your ad campaigns, either one or two, are working already. And if you see the screen currently, there is a a text scrolling. If you are new to Facebook advert, like you have not run Facebook advert before, just make sure you go to the link you are currently seeing on your screen. It will put you through from the basics to the step-by-step tutorial that I did on this same channel. Okay, awesome, Mr. Ayoola. That is really awesome. Now you have told us what we are to look for outside of Facebook. Now that is awesome. Now, before you start scaling, now let me make the question personal. That we understand mindset is key. Yes, mindset is really, really key. Associate with people that are doing big figures. Even though you're not doing that figure yet, associate with them. You get it now? So let's leave that aside. Now, let me make the question personal. Now, Mr. Ayoola, before you start scaling your Facebook ads campaign, what is that thing you consider? Let's talk about Facebook ads now. Let's talk about the business now. Let's talk about those. What are those things you consider before you scale? Because I know you don't just can't just jump on a campaign and start scaling. It does not work that way. So, what do you consider before you start scaling?
Okay, thank you very much. So, you made a statement earlier that says that you cannot scale what that you should have something working before you talk of scaling, right?
Of course, of
So,
course.
in my own words, what I usually say is you cannot scale zero. You cannot
Hmm.
scale zero. No matter
Hmm.
what, you can't scale zero. So, what does that mean? It means you should have something working for you, right? So before you move to the phase of scaling, it means that you've tested the product, you've tested different creatives, you've tested different audiences, and you found out, okay, this product looks like something that will sell, right? So your $10 or $20 gave you 5, 7 sales, right? So
Yeah.
you now know that yes, this product is a winner, and it's time to move to the next stage, which is the scaling. So the very first thing you need to do is, like right now in Nigeria, we are running pay on delivery system, right?
Yes. Yes.
So the longer it takes to get products to the hands of your customers, the higher the chances of failed delivery. So
Hmm.
having
That's
found
another
out that
thing.
this product is a good product and it's going to sell, and you want to get things up, you want to move it to the next stage, what you should do is to focus on your distribution by moving your products to your delivery agents nationwide. Just the ads you did, which is the test campaign rather, to find out that this product is a good product, you suspend that ad first. So if some of the orders that came during the test phase are within your city, you can quickly deliver those ones. but focus on distributing your products around your delivery agents nationwide first, so that once the orders start coming, the customer orders today is going to get his product today. There's nothing like we'll deliver to you tomorrow or we are just shipping the product to you. That's a very big error. That is, you should in fact eliminate that in your e-commerce business. Don't tell customers we are going to ship product to you tomorrow or we are going to deliver tomorrow. No, you're going to have a lot of failed deliveries, right? So
Wow, wow,
okay,
wow.
so
That point is actually okay me myself because we still make some deliveries tomorrow, like next day delivery. But I think next day delivery is not too bad. It's not too bad. So far, you have the product sitting down in your agent state. You get it now? And please, if you are watching, if you're outside Nigeria watching this same live, or you'll be watching the replay, please, we are just trying to talk about the e-commerce system that we run in Nigeria and probably some other African countries like Ghana and the likes. We run payment on delivery. So what Mr. Yola is saying is summary. Please, if you have questions, please just pen them down. When it is question and answer session, I would bring them up. So for now, let's just listen. Don't worry, I won't waste your time. We should be done within the next hour. So please just listen. When it is time for questions, I would give room for that. So in summary, what Mr. Yola is saying is this: before you start scaling, listen, so that you won't waste money, because it is one thing to scale, it is another thing for the scaling to bring in result, and it is another thing for that result to turn to profit or sales. So you don't just want to start scaling. It's just like you reverse engineering the whole thing. You don't just want to start scaling, like
yeah.
start scaling without having product or distribution mechanism in place. So you guys, if you are running e-commerce business, you should never, either in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, you should never joke with your delivery networks. They are very, very important. So before you start scaling and all of that, make sure your delivery networks are strong, like they are really, really strong. Okay, enough said as regards that. Now let's talk about the strategies. I'm sure that is why most people are here. They want to know the strategy. If you are ready to know Mr. Ayola's strategy on how he is able to scale his Facebook ads campaigns and build a nine figures e-commerce business, if you want to know, just drop a comment and Mr. Ayola will show us and put us through the strategies he is using. Drop a comment. Let me know you are willing and ready to receive the strategies. Are you ready? Let me know. Let me know. Are you ready to know the strategies that I use to scale and grow his e-commerce business? I'm not seeing anybody. Drop a comment. Drop a comment. Let me know you are ready to receive. Yeah, let me know you are ready to receive the scaling anointing. Are you ready? Drop a comment. Yes, 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 Mr. Ogunwale, decency properties. Yes, let's know. Oh, people are ready. People are ready. Mr. Yola, you have to drop fire here. People are ready to receive. They want to receive. Okay, I know that is why most of us are here, and he will be sharing his strategy with us. Guys, if you are just joining us, I said something. If you are just joining us, I have a free gift, like a premium gift, but it is free if you wait till the end of this live webinar. So, guys, all right, Mr. Ayala, people are ready to know
Okay,
the
that's fine.
strategy
That's fine.
you are using.
I can feel the heat in
The,
the comment
yeah,
section.
people are ready. They want to
It's blowing
receive.
up. It's blowing up. So let's go straight into the
Awesome.
matter, right?
Awesome.
Having said
Yeah.
what I've said before, right? Guys, on this webinar, I want you to take pay very close attention to what I'm going to share from this stage up onward, right? So
Listen,
now,
no,
sorry, you said
no,
something.
I'm telling them to
Oh,
listen. This is the
okay,
time.
listen.
The
Yeah, okay,
time has
fine. Yeah,
come.
all right.
Yeah,
So
you can
now
proceed.
we are going to Facebook itself proper now, right? So
Oh, uh, Sorry, guys.
Can I
That
continue?
was a mistake. Yeah, you can. Sorry, that was a mistake. You can continue.
Okay, all right, fine. So at the point
Flow.
of
Right on.
at the point of testing the product, right? You must have had a test campaign. In that test campaign, that's where you have all what you tested, your creatives and the rest, right? So you start from those creatives that you used to test that gave you results, right? So you take those campaigns, the ad sets now inside that campaign, you duplicate them into a fresh campaign. Now, this new campaign, you are going to name it something production or live campaign. So the first one which you use to test the product, what I do is I label it like sandbox. That's a test campaign. So I know that this is where I'm carrying out all my tests. So when I find anything that works for me from there, I move it to the production campaign, right? So those creatives that worked for you in your test campaign, you the ad sets, you duplicate them into a new campaign and rename that campaign as your live campaign. All right. Now you allow that to run on its own. At the point of scaling now, what you are simply doing now is that you are looking for more creatives. One, you're looking for more audiences. Those are the two things you are looking for. So what do? The creatives that worked for you before, maybe it's a video, right? This time around now, you are going to take that same video and create a variation of that video first. Simple thing to get a new variation of that video can just be something as little as changing the thumbnail. Changing only a thumbnail will give you another creative, even though it's the same video, but it's going to appear in a different way because you change the thumbnail. That's another creative entirely,
Wow. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Now I would quickly stress something about creatives. Creatives is I don't know how to say it now. Is without creatives you cannot do anything on Facebook. Don't joke with it. That's one. Then two, don't ever use creatives that you pick from the internet. All right. Don't use creatives that you pick from the internet. Even if you are going to use that, you have to edit it to an extent. But I don't even recommend, because the truth of the matter is that it's not going to take you anything to have your own creative. It's not going to take you anything. With your phone, you can have creatives as many as you can. If you have a good phone, very easy to create. So right, so don't pick random videos or random images. Create your own, so that one, by the time you see, one thing about Facebook is that by the time they are blocking, they are disabling accounts, and you happen to have used a random video or a random image from the internet, there's an algorithm that already knows those set of videos, those set of images.
Hmm.
And that's why many of our ads accounts are being blocked,
Another angle.
because yes, the algorithm knows that this video or this image has been used on an account that has been blocked before, so it will affect you. That's one.
Wow.
Then two,
Wow.
your audience would have seen that creative countless times. They are tired of it. But when you have your own, it makes it unique. You stand out from the crowd. So don't joke with creatives, all right? So now,
Okay.
for you to for you to scale, you should focus more on creatives. So I'll just give you few instances, few examples, right? Number one of your creatives should be a video talking about how to use that product, how to use the product. That one creative alone can give birth to several other variations. For example, how to use a product. You can shoot a video where a man is talking about the product and talking like how using it, actually using it. That's one video. Another one could be a woman using the product. Yes, talking about how to use the product. Another one could be in form of a story where you're creating a scenario where you are showing your audience where that's the pain points where they were before they came across your product and how they used the product and it gave them result. That's still how to use video. Another, you see, so
Yeah,
these are variations. It's still the same how to use video, but now you can see I've talked about 3 different variations of that single creative. A man
yes, yes.
presenting how to use the video, a woman presenting how to use the video. Then you create more or less like a story, kind of talking about how somebody came across the product, and then you're showing the person how to use the product. You see, that's one. So number one, like I said, how to use the product. Number two, product unwrapping, unpackaging. Maybe the product is in a box. Just do a creative showing how you're opening it, bringing it out, and then showing them the parts of the product, right? Just open the carton and then show them something like this, just like that. So that product on packaging can also give birth to several other creatives, the same way I said. So while someone is bringing out the product, either you now show the face or the picture of the person unwrapping the product. That's one. Another one can be not don't show the person, don't show the face of the person, just show only the product. Let just focus on the box where the product is coming out from. That's another creative. Another one could be from a different angle. So maybe
Uh,
you want to
Marketing
use,
angle.
I'm talking about the presentation now. So you
Yes,
can
yes.
decide to use maybe a plain white wall and do your presentation just showing how the product is coming out, but it's still the same creative
Hmm.
product unwrapping, right? Then the third one that you should not joke with is the testimonial. So when you start selling, you make sure you have an
Yeah,
incentive, something that you can give to your customers to bribe them, because nobody will give you video testimonial for nothing. So you have a product and say, just call up your customers and just tell them that you have this product to give to them, but you want them to do a 1 or 2 minute video recording talking about the product, the problem they had before they came across the product, how they came across the product, and how the product has helped them, right? So,
sorry. Now, I would give a summary of what Mr. Ayoola has been saying, because what you have said within these few minutes can be turned into a master class. So I want us to absorb that before we proceed. So guys, I hope you are getting value. You see, this is what Mr. Yola is trying to say. Before you start scaling, make sure you have done some tests. Do you get it now? It is from this test you get your winning ad creatives. Listen, just follow. It is from these test campaigns that you get this winning ad creative. Now, this winning ad creative, listen, before I continue, you don't want to joke with creatives. You see, you can have the best audience and all of that. Trust me, if you have a very poor whack creative, your campaigns won't perform. Even if your ad copy is not that good, but your creative is good, trust me, you will still get a good and better result. Do you get me now? So here is the thing. You don't want to neglect the place of a good ad creative while scaling. Because when you are scaling, you see, I don't know if you have made research online, you would have seen people or bloggers or media buyers talking about vertical scaling, horizontal scaling. Let's leave the big jargons now. Let's leave those big drama. When we say vertical, horizontal scaling, they are basically scaling with multiple creatives, scaling with multiple audience. Do you get it now? So what Mr. Yola is saying is this: when you get your winners after you have done your test campaign, when you get your winners, take that winning ad creative, check it. That's what most people don't do. They just say, okay, this creative is working, and they just leave it that way. When you see a creative that is working, don't wait until the creative is not working again. Study the creative. Okay, why did this creative work? Know why the creative worked. Then you replicate the same thing. As you have said, you can just change small, like just probably the thumbnail or the first 3 seconds of that particular creative. It could be an image, it could be a video. So just change, just do some little tweak and reuse all of those creatives.
exactly.
Have
Yeah.
them in multiple, like have multiple creatives, test them, see what works. That is the best way you scale. Now, let me tell you one thing people don't know about scaling this way. When we talk about scaling, people talk about increasing your ad budget and all of that. But let me tell you why this particular approach and method is very, very special. The reason why this approach is special is because it gives you consistent results. It makes sure that okay, you are getting results. At least maybe you are getting 10 orders today, tomorrow you get 9, next tomorrow 11. You get it now. At least you'll be getting results. But when you start increasing budget, you see, you don't just want to put more money inside your ad campaigns because Facebook works like a machine. If you feed it too much, it will just consume everything. You get it now. So one of the ways you should scale is horizontally. Scale with multiple creatives. This is LD. Let me use that word. It is LD for your campaign. It makes sure you are getting results consistently. So that is awesome. So Mr. Ayoola, you have talked about um the first thing or the first element that is in there, which is having multiple creatives. Just tweak creatives that are working, then you can test. So, okay, that is the first that's
Yeah,
the
that's the
first
first
point. So,
piece.
what
Yes.
is the next thing we should do? In myself, I'm getting value from this session. What's the next thing we have to do?
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. So, from experience, I found out that because every single thing I'm sharing here is what I use personally in my e-commerce business. It's not something I read up from somewhere, or I'm just coming here to impress you, right?
Yeah.
So there are things I've done. So from experience, I found out that so you want to scale. Yes, no doubt, you have to increase your budget. So when you were testing the product in your test campaign, you started with maybe $10 or $20. When you're scaling, you cannot still spend that $20 and expect to have big. To expect to scale, right? So, but the thing is, when you now want to scale, you don't take your entire budget and spend it recklessly. What do I mean? I would rather have 10 creatives and put $10 on each of them, which gives me $100, than
Yeah.
having one creative and putting $100 on that one creative, right? So what we are doing is we are doing vertical scaling, horizontal scaling. So I don't like using that word because it's technical. So my people are like, which one is vertical? So basically, in a nutshell, right? The horizontal scaling has to do with you having multiple creatives, multiple audiences. So you are simply testing out audience and creative match. So off my head here, I can tell you for free, certain creatives, certain audiences and the kind of creative that they respond to or creative that will convert for you in those audience segments, right? I've tested this several times, count that number. So I know for sure. So there are some audience segments that it's only video that works for them. There are some audience segments is only images that work for them. So that's why it's good to always have video and image creatives. Don't rely on only video. Don't rely on only images. No. So at the end
Awesome.
of the
Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
with what I've said so far, you could just do a screenshot of of all your videos. Just do a screenshot of one of all these videos so that you can have images. So maybe at the point of using this product now, assuming this is a product that whatever it does, I want to plug it into where it's supposed to plug in. I just capture that place. That is an image which can serve as a creative on its own. I can, it's just about getting shots of your video. So in my mind, there are some kind of creatives that in my mind that's like, this creative will convert, this creative will do well. And there are some that I will look at it and say, this one can never perform. But because I already know that I don't
Yes.
just
Yes. Yes.
I don't assume anything. You don't assume anything. You test every single thing. Don't assume anything.
Yeah.
So because I already know that, I don't assume anything. So the ones that in my mind I felt will convert, Lo and behold, it did not convert.
Yes,
The ones
it
that I
happens.
said in my mind that this one will not convert, this is
Yes,
rubbish,
it happens. It
I was
happens.
blown away to find out that it was the best performing. I was like, how come? So
Yeah,
imagine I did not throw in all these creatives into the pool to test out. How would I have known that this one will convert, this one will not convert? So don't assume anything. It might look stupid to you. Forget about that. You're not doing it for yourself. It's your audience. Somehow this thing will just resonate with them and they'll just click. So it's all about click for them to see your ads, draw their
yeah.
attention, and they click, and then the rest is the story, right? So
Awesome.
now
Awesome.
the next phase is spread your creatives into multiple audiences. So at the end of the day, your video that talks about that shows how to use the product, right? You've come up with 3 different variations: a man using the product, a woman using the product, and a storyline kind of video using the product also. You see, another one can be product of how you're unpacking the product from its pack, right? Now, all of these creatives, you now use them with different audience segments. So when you go to your ad set level, at the section where you have the detailed targeting, you can see different kind of suggestions there that Facebook gives to you. What you are interested in, like I've said this several times, the audience segment you pick there should not necessarily relate to your product. So if you're selling wristwatch, don't go to Facebook detail targeting and be looking for all the wristwatch brands, Katia and the rest. Yes, it's good. You can have that too as an audience segment, but you should be picking audience segments that have large potential reach. Sorry, that's potential. What do you call it? Like customer. There's a word that I'm trying to remember how exactly Facebook puts it.
Yeah,
Potential
potential reach.
audience size.
Potential reach. Yeah.
Potential audience size. That is what you are interested in, right? So, in as
Yeah.
much as I'm selling wristwatch, I can go there and pick something related to kitchen. It looks silly. That
Hmm.
how can someone selling wristwatch be picking audience kitchen, audience swimming? Okay, swimming relates to wristwatch somehow. Maybe dieting. All those kind of, it looks stupid. You'll be wondering how come, how does it relate? My friend, they are your customers inside that audience segment. You want to fish them out. They are customers there in those audience segments. So don't ignore any audience segment because it's not necessarily related to your product. The ones that relate to your product, have them on one side as one creative. So your campaign structure will now look something like this. In your production campaign, right? You now have ad set 1, which will now be maybe video how to use. So it's always good you name your campaign, your ad sets properly, so that at a glance you can easily know what is inside that ad set. So you can't just leave your ad set just having ad set 1, ad set 2, ad set 3. How do you know what is inside that ad set? So you name them according to what the ads, the audience that you have inside. So ad set 1 can be named ad set 1 how to use video. So you know in your mind that once you see that set, the creative there is how to use video. Then you can put in brackets the audience which you are targeting. Let's say luxury goods, for example. You just put it there. That's how you name your ad set. So inside the ad set now, you now have the creative and the ads with all the normal targeting, your age range and the rest, with the detailed targeting there, right? So you keep doing this for all your creatives. All the creatives will have all that. So you name them according to the content of the ad. Then your budget, I don't recommend you spending more than $20 on an ad set. My own structure is I don't like keeping many ads inside my ad set. I like doing it one ad set, one ad, one ad set, one ad, one ad set, one ad. Then I put $20 on each of them, so that when I'm monitoring my KPI, which I'm going to explain soon, I can easily know that, oh, this one is not. I don't need to be going into the ads and be turning ads. So assuming your ad set now has 10 ads, your ad set has 10 ads, right? while monitoring your KPI, you have to go into the ads itself and look at the ones that are not performing, and then you start killing them one after the other. That's stressful. I just put one asset, one ad. So when I'm monitoring my KPI, I just come there at the asset level and turn off the ones that are not working without wasting time, right? So this is how you spread your budget. Don't put big lump sum on one ad set. No, Facebook is going to eat you dry, and your conversion will be terrible. So you just spread it $20. So if you follow what I have done so far, you are already seeing the picture of scaling, because you are now having 20 creatives. Even though you are putting $20 on each creative, which is about $400, you are not going to spend the whole $400, right? Don't be afraid. So don't be scared and say, wow, where am I going to know? You won't spend up to that. After 2 to 3 hours, you are like, I don't buy to that school of thought where they say you allow your ads run for 2, 3, 7 days before you know whether it works or not. No. I don't believe in that. From day one, because I am having many ad sets, many creatives, many audiences. So I'm matching creative and audiences, creative audience. That's, I'm matching them. So when I run the ads for like 6 hours or less, I'm already seeing the results. I'm seeing the trend. Okay, out of my 40 ad sets, after 4 hours with my KPI parameters, which I will explain later,
Uh,
you can now
Mr.
see,
Ayoola, wait.
okay,
Before we start with the KPI, you are dropping a master class here. We need to absorb what you have dropped. We need to absorb it before we continue. Now, let me give a summary if you are just joining. But let me just give a summary of what Mr. Ayoola is saying. My next question will be your view on zero targeting and interest-based targeting, because most people they have actually what's it called, condemned interest targeting. But I know you well, you use interest-based targeting, but I know many people have so many different views as regards the interest-based targeting and zero targeting. So we'll be asking a question as regards that, and we'll talk about that. Now, before we proceed, and we'll talk about the metrics, people can ask questions. Now, before we proceed, let me just give a brief summary of what Mr. Ayoola has been saying. You see, there are some little things that we do not take serious when it comes to running adverts. And one of those things is your naming convention, your naming methodology for your ad campaign, your ad set, and the ad itself. You see, this little thing can help you to be more productive while running your campaign. And this is why I tell people, guys, see, you don't need to follow whatever anybody tell you. Use uh, a methodology, use a naming convention that you are comfortable with. Do you get it now? You don't need to follow what someone is, because what Mr. Ayoola was trying to say is this: when you start testing multiple creatives and ad sets, audience, and all of that, you want to know at a glance, okay, this ad set is doing well. No, this one is not doing well. Then you can take action as soon as possible. So that is one thing you need to note down. Make sure you are make sure you have a naming convention that you are used to. There is a naming convention I've been used for like 2 3 years now, and I've stick to it. And again, one more thing is it will also help you when you need to look for what's it called? The campaign that worked, the one that did not work. Okay, probably I should just let me give you guys an hint of the way I do my own. So you can either use it or just modify it. So the naming convention I use is any product that we are selling, any product at all, I make sure we use a 3 keywords, like 3 keywords tag. So if I'm selling maybe electric clipper, the keyword could be ECP. That is the keyword. Now, another thing, let me give you something else. You see, that keyword, this is what it helps you do. Even if you want to share your screen, your campaign dashboard, you want to share your screen with an outsider, or you want to share a screenshot, you can easily do that without people knowing the products you
yeah.
are selling. I'm very sure you understand the angle I'm coming from. So just have a keyword. I'm sharing what I use personally now. I have a keyword, it can be 2 keywords or 3 keywords, whatever works for you. Fine. So I have the keyword. Okay, let me type it here. I have my keyword, and I also have the type of campaign I'm running. So sometimes if I'm doing CBO, Mr. Ayoola, the next three questions we ask before we round up this live is your take on CBO, your take on interest-based targeting and zero targeting, and the metrics to look for. Before let me just let you know, then we'll continue. So I will look at the keyword. Then the next thing is the type of campaign, the objective of the campaign. Those there are times probably you are running a page like campaign, not always, or you are using CBO or something like you just want to know the type of strategy or campaign structure or objective you use. So let me just put objective here. And the last thing I do is the date. I want to know, okay, this campaign, okay, when did I start? When did I started running the campaign? You want to know when you started running the campaign. This will also give you insight while you are analyzing the campaign and trying to make some decision. I don't know if you are getting this. Let me just show you the naming methodology that I use. So that is that. Now, and that's now to talk about is this uh naming convention. So just look for what works for you. You don't necessarily need to use this. You get it now. This will help you. These are little things. It's just funny that there are some little things we don't take serious and they really help why you are trying to, because before you start scaling you want to have an insight of the past campaigns. Do you get it now? So let me just leave that. Let me move to the next now. Talk about Mr. Ayoola also talked about your budget, your budgeting. If you know me very well, if you are very close to me, if you know me very well, if you ask me as regards Facebook ad budget, I will tell you don't spend more than 10, 15, $20 per ad set. That's it. Unless, no, listen, unless you are using CBO, there is a strategy for CBO, there is a strategy for ABO. I'm talking about ABO now. Do you get it now? I'll tell you, don't see, listen, just see Facebook like a system, like a machine. See it like a machine, and the input, what you are putting inside of the machine is your budget. But if you overfeed the machine, it will just consume everything, like consume everything at once. So you want to see it as a system, and this system has algorithm. So you don't want to overfeed the system. You want it to the growth, you want the scaling, you want the result to be healthy. Do you get it now? So I just want to talk about that. Don't put too much. It's not the amount of money. It works, but it's not that I have many budget, then I'll have many results. Do you get it now? So I just need to talk about that. Now, the last thing I'll talk about before Mr. Ayoola continue is uh, testing. You see, another mistake we make is this. If you have been following my YouTube channel, you know I do say something, and that thing is make sure whenever you are testing one variable at a time. If you follow my channel, you should be familiar with this. If you are testing, test one variable at a time. Don't forget, Mr. Ayoola talked about creatives, testing creatives, and all of that. He has moved on from creatives, right? Now, those creatives, when you see the winning creatives, I'm trying to break it down so that we can follow before it continue, because I know some people might still be finding it difficult to absorb everything I've been saying. So I'm trying to break it down. So he has left testing of creatives, right? Now you have many creatives that are working, not just creatives. You have tested them. That was the first step. In case you missed that, there will be a replay for in this channel. Just come back to watch it. So when you have your winning creative, what you want to do is you want to test this creative against different audiences. Exactly, that's the way we do it. That's the way we do it. Test this winning creative, test it against different audiences. Now, it might not even be audience, it could be different age range, different location or something. You get it now? So why I'm talking about this is this. You don't want to test so many things at a time. You won't get the results you are looking for. So what you should do is test. He said he talked about something. There's something called one-to-one mapping. One-to-one mapping. Okay, one asset, one campaign. You can have multiple assets. It is allowed. But inside those multiple assets, make sure it is maybe just one audience. If you are testing audience, one audience, you want to know that okay, it is this audience that is bringing in the conversion. Are you with me? Then you put just maybe one creative inside that same audience. So when you are testing, when you want to make your decision, you won't get confused. Because if you have multiple creatives, multiple audience, you won't know the one that is performing. You get it now? So, guys, I just thought of giving a summary so that everybody can absorb before we continue. So, Mr. Ayoola, let's talk about. So, guys, I will soon be rounding up. Don't forget, I said I have a special gift for you guys, a special, very special gift for you guys. So, let's continue. Now, let's talk about these three things and we'll wrap it up. Now, the first thing is what are the metrics? So let's talk about the metrics. Let's round up with that for this session. Then we'll now talk about your view on CBO. Do you use it? How do you use it? And all of that. Then we'll also talk about what's it called? Your view on interest-based targeting and zero-based targeting. So what are the metrics after you are doing this test, scaling and all of that? What are the metrics you look into now? And guys, I hope you are learning. If you are learning something, please drop a comment. Drop a comment. Let's know you are learning something. So, Mr. Ayoola, over to you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. So now you are in
Hello?
your life. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. We can. Just proceed. We can hear
Okay.
you.
So now you are in your life campaign, right? In your life campaign, you have maybe 15, 20, or 40 ad sets, as the case may be, depending on the number of creatives that you decide to roll with. Because we are talking about scaling. So scaling, you cannot be thinking about 3 creatives, 3 ad sets. That's not scaling, right? So with what I've said so far, you should be talking about 15 ad sets, 20 ad sets. That means you are ready to take your business to the next level. So your campaign structure is going to look like one campaign, which is the production. Then let's say 20, let's just work with that figure. Let's say 20 ad sets, which is also equals to 20 ads, following what I've explained earlier, with one ad inside one ad set, right? With the chosen interests and creatives, right? Now, when you allow this run, so typically we allow all our ads run from 3 a.m. That is when we're now moving them from test campaign to production campaign. All the ads start running by 3 a.m. Why? You don't leaving your ads to run when people are asleep. It's just like you're wasting money because nobody's engaging with your ads, right? So from 3 a.m., by the time they are waking up by 4 a.m., they start seeing your ads from 4:30, your ads already start having impression, right? So when you allow your ads run for 3 or 4 hours, right? The first thing you are looking out for is your CPM. What is your cost per mile impression? Because your CPM says a lot. If your CPM is very, very high, I can show you every other thing your cost per conversion will be very, very poor. When I say poor, I mean very high. If your CPM is poor, your unique click-through rate will be down, right? So I look out for the CPM first. So these days, Facebook have increased their advertising cost. Back in the day, even as at early this year to mid of this year, we usually have a CPM of around 1.9 to worst case scenario 2.5, right? But these days we are seeing CPM of $3 to $4, and it's crazy. That's no matter what you do. So we know for sure that it's not a fault from our end in terms of maybe our creatives are not good enough, our copy is not good enough. No, we now know for sure that this is Facebook that have increased the advertising cost. So we just have to live by that, right? So when you look at your CPM and you see that okay, it's looking good within the range of 2 and 3, maybe 2.7, 2.5, let's say 2.5, let's just put a figure 2.5, 2.93, 3 points within that range, right? So to me, that CPM is not doing bad, it's not doing badly. So the next thing I look out for is my unique CTR. So there are different types of CTR. So unique means it's going to count one per person. So if one person clicks 2 or 3 times, it counts it as one. So that just gives you a true picture of your CTR, your click-through rate. So that one tells you how good your creative is. So if your unique CTR is low, right, it means that your ads, that's your creative now, is not commanding enough attention. So this thing I'm saying, I'm already troubleshooting my ads from day one. I'm troubleshooting already. I know that, oh, this image I did and this video, maybe image 2, image 3, video 5, video 8, I can see that the unique CTR is low, talking about 0.7, 0.9, or even lower than that. So in my mind, I know that that creative is not commanding enough attention. So the first thing you want to do is to draw attention. Attention is the currency of advertising. That is, yeah, in fact, if you have the best product, the best offer, but you cannot command attention, you are going to be broke. You are going to your village. So attention is the first thing. So your CTR tells you how well your creatives are. That's number 2. Then number 3 is the actual purchase. So even if my CTR is poor, my CPM is high, but I'm getting orders coming in, and I find out that, see, you need to have a benchmark for how much you are willing to spend per conversion. So typically, I always like working with 5% of my product cost. So in my mind, I know that my product is selling for 20,000 naira, right? 5% of 20,000 will give me 1,000 naira. Am I right?
5% of
Five,
20,000.
yeah. Can I get some yes in the comments if you agree? You can confirm that 5% of 20,000 is 1,000 naira. Is that correct?
Is that correct, guys?
Is that correct? Okay, no comments. So,
I
at this
think
point, I would
there is
want
a
to say
delay.
that
It's always a
guys
delay
are not
before
following.
it appears.
So guys are not following. Okay, correct. That's fine. So I just want to be sure that you are paying attention and you're following what I'm saying. All right. So even though this webinar is free, all thanks to Mr. Samuel, right? This is something that you can only get in a masterclass, and I'm going to pay top naira. It's not a 50,000 naira, 100,000 naira coaching, right? So please take it seriously. Because it's free doesn't mean it doesn't have value, right? So what I'm sharing with you, I've shared with people before that right now the e-commerce business is something else. So, and your case can never be different. So pay attention, please, right? So now, 5% of 20,000 is 1,000 naira. So in my mind, I know that I can afford to have cost per conversion of 1,000 naira. So by the time my ad spend gets to or approaching 1,000 and I've not had a sale, I'm going to turn off that ad set, no matter what. Even if it has the best CPM, it has the best unique click-through rate, it has every parameter, I will just rename it. I will rename it as, that's the ad set now. I'll just rename it and put in brackets potential. Potential means it has good KPI, but it's not converting. It didn't convert for me immediately. It will still convert later. So I'm still going to work on that later. But I'm interested in the ones that are converting right now. Out of my 20 ad sets, 40 ad sets, depends on how many ad sets you have. I expect that after 4 hours, out of 20 ad sets, worst case scenario, 5 should convert. I should start getting orders from at least 5. So those ones that have exceeded my threshold, which I've set in my mind, which is 5% of my product cost, and they have good KPI, I will just turn them off. I will rename them with a bracket in front of them as potential, because it means that if I work on them later, even simple duplicating and putting into a new campaign could do the magic. But let's leave that. We're talking about the ones that are giving us result now. So the ones that have very good very poor CPM, very poor unique click-through rates, very poor cost per click, I will just shut those ones down. Those ones, I will just label them as failure. So at a glance, I can see 5 ad sets, failure, because the parameters I got from day one did not. I can show you, if you duplicate it again and run it, you will still have similar results. Right? What best case scenario, you have one or two others, but the cost per conversion will be way above your set threshold. All right. So at the end of the day, you are going to be shutting down those ad sets using these parameters that I've mentioned now. You'll be killing those ad sets based on these KPIs I've mentioned. Every other KPI you see on the Facebook dashboard there, honestly, they are not relevant at this point. You see frequency, you see reach, impression, fine, the reach is good, but some more than half of those things you see on your dashboard there, they are not relevant. That's just the honest truth, right? So these ones I mentioned are the ones that will get you going from day one, to make you profitable from day one. So at the end of the day, 20 ad sets I started the day with. 4 hours time, I shut down 5 that are not converting. I'm left with 15. Allow those 15 run for another 3 to 4 hours. After 4 hours again, I can assure you that I'm still going to shut down another 5. So by evening time, I can assure you that 20 ad sets that started from the morning would be maybe 8 or 6 that would end that day. So the orders from these 6, I know that these ones, I can show you your total number of orders you have for that day cannot be anything less than 20. Using just this method I said now, it can be less than 20. Now, those are the first set of ad sets that converted for you. All right. It means that day 2, you will allow those same ad sets run. Now, those ones that in day 1 we labeled as what do you call it now? Potential. The ones that the KPIs look good, but there was no conversion. Return them back to the pool again in day 2 and allow them run again. So at the end of the day, you will now discover that those 6 or 8 that did well in day 1, you are now revalidating it again to be sure that, okay, this set of ad sets are actually winning ad sets. So some of them would flop in day 2. Those ones, you turn them off again. Now, some of the ones that flopped in day 1 that you return back to the pool in day 2 will do well again, right? That's how it works. Nobody understands why, but that's how it works. So this is how you continue to scale. Now, even though you started with many creatives, many videos, many images, don't wait until your ads are no longer converting. So we have this tradition of having our creatives every week. No matter what, roll out a new creative every week and add it to the ones that are already working. The day you fold your hands and wait and say, oh, the ones I have are doing well. When Facebook will shock you, it will be like film trick. But when you have many creatives running, you're preparing ahead. The following week, you have another 2, 3 creatives. The following week, another 2. The following week, another. At the end of the day, you have many creatives that if these creatives you started with are not doing well, you have like a plan B, plan C to pull back to, return back into the pool, and your business keeps going. Now, when you have allowed your data, your ads to run for maybe 1 week, 7 days, it's time to now do deep analysis of your data. This is deep analysis now. Deep analysis now has to do it. Okay, my ads that have been running for the past 7 days, what is the age range that brings the most sale? 1. 2, the location that brings the most sale. So if your product is multi-gender, male, female, you look at it again, which of these genders are bringing the most sale? So your best ad sets, the best ad sets, you will duplicate them and separate them. So assuming when you started with 18 to 65. After 7 days, you found out that the age group that was bringing the most sales was, for example, 25 to 45. Your winning creatives, you will now duplicate them and change the age range to 25 to 45. You are now like, this is like a laser beam, right? So the segments of your audience that brings the best sale, you now show them your winning creatives. So maybe you have 2 videos that did excellently well, you have 5 images that did excellently well. Take all of them, these 2 videos and these 5 images, and show them to that age range. Now, if it's the gender, if you're selling product that is multi-gender, and you see that male brought most sales, maybe 80% of your sales are coming from men, take those 5 creatives again, duplicate them, and show to only men. If you find out that your best sales are coming from 3 or 4 states, take those same creatives again and show them to only those states where those large chunk of your orders are coming from, right? So this is how you do it. And then another thing is that as you're doing this, you should also have another Facebook ad account. So because of the madness Facebook have put us through, 1, 2, because you want to reach another segment of your potential audience size, right? So what you do is you can now start branching out and say, okay, this very first Facebook ad account I'm using, I want to use this for 2 of my creatives. You now take 2 creatives out of that ad account and move it to another ad account, allow that one to start running again, because you already know it's a winning creative. You are not testing anything. It's a winning, you've tested it before, you know it's winning. You publish it there. So you now have like maybe 3 ad accounts, separate, independent of each other, running. So if Facebook blocks one, your business is still running because you have 2 other running from in different ad accounts. And then 2, you are going to find out that your ads is being shown to fresh eye. That's fresh eyeball will be seeing you, because it's like you are now cutting a slice off another segment of the potential reach. So if your audience size potential reach was maybe 12 million, or let's say 8 million, right? In that ad account you are using before, Facebook, I don't know why they do that, but they will not show your ads beyond a segment. So maybe they can maybe like sector F or sector A of that audience size. That's where they'll just put you. And even if you duplicate, you just keep showing ads to people in within that sector of the potential reach. But when you use another ad account, it allows you to now have another slice of that potential audience size, right? So this is how you keep doing it. And to be very frank, this is what we do. There's no magic about it. No magic about it. Read your data, understand your data properly, like I just said. Look at where your orders are coming from the most, and focus more of your ad spend to that segment of your audience.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. This is like value baptism. Like we are getting extreme value. You are shocking us with value. So yeah, you have really done justice to that question. Now let's talk about interest-based targeting and zero-based targeting, because most people now, guys, listen. This is a live webinar. This is not some things you read online or you saw in a YouTube video. Is someone that has built like a big e-commerce brand. So whatever he's sharing with you here is what he's using, what works. So I want to hear his view, his personal view on interest-based targeting and what's it called, zero-based targeting. You might like what he will say or not, but it is what he is using. So what is your take on on this.
Okay, so I think I mentioned something earlier that we don't assume anything when we are running ads. You don't assume anything. You test everything. So personally, we've tested it, zero targeting, G2 targeting, and to be very frank, there's no difference. There is no difference. So what we do is in our campaign, we always use both. Use both. You will see that no one will do better than the other. The one that use zero targeting do you see, so in certain ad sets, you find out the one that uses zero targeting does well than the one that you used broad targeting. In another set of ad sets is the other way around. So no one outdid the other. That's just the honest truth. We spent good amount of money just to test, and this is what we found out. There's no difference, honestly speaking. So
Yeah.
just use both.
What we can just say is there is a time or there is a strategy you might use with either the interest-based targeting or zero-based targeting, but never condemn it. And that thing is, if you want to get consistent results, because some people they'll run advert today, pause tomorrow, but if you want to really get consistent results, make sure you are mixing them, and there should be a way you are using it. If you have been listening, you should have known the best time to use it. Okay, that has also been answered. Now let's talk about CBO. Then, guys, I will tell you when it is time for Q&A. I will let you guys ask your questions, and I think this will be the last we'll be talking about. Then you guys can have your ask your question. So please, if you have your questions, type them. Not now. Once it is Q&A session, you ask, then I'll put them on the screen. Then it will answer all of your questions. So what's your view on CBO? Do you use it? Have you tried before? Let's know. Let's know.
Yeah. So CBO, people like you said something that what works for you, right? So what I'm going to
Yeah.
share today, you might have had counter views from people, other experts, right? So, but this is my own personal uh, conclusion, having tested it. So CBO works best when you are scaling, not when you are testing. So the way CBO works is you spread your budget is spent at the campaign level. So Facebook will automatically manage your budget allocation for you. So if you have 5 ad sets and you're spending $100 on that CBO, Facebook will manage the spread of that $100 across these 5 ad sets. So Facebook picks different parameters to determine. I've seen instances where Facebook picks results, or rather, because the way CBO works is that when Facebook's algorithm determines that one particular ad set is doing well is in quotes, is going to allocate more of the budget to that ad set. So what Facebook defines as doing well might not necessarily translate to what I translate to or understand as doing well. Doing well, the very first thing that is doing well for me is sales. Forget about every other thing. Is
Yeah.
sales at what cost? That is what is important to me. But Facebook will now look at it and say this asset has the lowest cost per click, so it's doing well. But when you go and check it, no sales, and you're like,
What's happening here?
what's happening? So what I recommend is when you already have winning ad sets,
Yes.
pick those winning ad sets and throw them into CBO. That's when you can really milk CBO.
Guys, keyword is winning asset. There is a tutorial I did on CBO as well. I only use CBO when I want to test different audience. Not really test different audience, but probably I've tested creatives, like I have winning creatives that I've tested. I know they are working. So if I want to really scale that particular creative, I will test with multiple audiences. Then I'll use CBO. Go watch that tutorial. Just go to adelikesamuel.com/CBO. There's a tutorial that I did on that particular subject. I just wanted to know his view on CBO. So, guys, would soon wrap up the whole thing. Now, Mr. Ayoola, let's talk about this. Basically, we have been talking about Facebook ad scaling since morning. But when you start getting too many results, you are having high conversion rates, you are getting orders, the sales are coming in. Now, the next problem, in fact, this can also cause a problem. It can be a problem because when you start getting orders, your conversion is skyrocketing, and you can't manage all of these things. Now, let me say this. One of the things that e-commerce guys in Nigeria, sorry guys, I'm mentioning Nigeria because I know most people on this particular live webinar will be from Nigeria, but you guys should just follow. Just pardon me, please. One of the things we lack in Nigeria, if you run e-commerce business, is management. Most people talk about marketing, advertising, and all of that. But you see, management, they don't talk about it. And the reason is because they don't know about it. If you know about something, you will really talk about it. Most people are not even doing it. I actually bought courses when I started e-commerce business. I learned a lot from different gurus, and I really learned a lot. They helped me. But what I'm trying to say is this: assuming most of these gurus are talking about e-commerce management, I'm very sure it would have been a culture within everybody also doing e-commerce. But if you say e-commerce management, people won't even take it serious because you are not talking about Facebook ads, you're not talking about sales funnel, you're not talking about sales page design, all of that. But you
Yeah.
see, e-commerce management is key. And the reason why I'm asking you, so this will be the last question for you. Then guys can also ask questions. So the reason I'm asking you this is because for you to build a business like a nine figures e-commerce business, trust me, it is not beans. Beans, it is not beans, like it is not easy because I understand what it takes. So what are those things to look out for? Let's just give us like a summary. What are those things? What are the elements of management that you need to look into? What are those things? What are the systems? Let me put it that way. What are the systems you need to put in place to help you manage this scaling your e-commerce growth and all of that? So just give us a summary, then people can ask questions. Guys, if you have questions, don't drop them now. I will tell you once it is Q&A session, you guys can start dropping and I'll put them on the screen and Mr. Ayoola will answer all of your questions. So, Mr. Ayoola, let's know what are those things we need to put in place when we talk about e-commerce management and all of that, e-commerce business management. So, you have the floor.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. Now, in business is all about system. So you can't tell me you have a business and you don't have system. It's not possible. What you have is an hobby. You are just playing. You are not running a business. So what do I mean? You say you are running business and you are the OOO, only operating officer. I'm sorry, you are just you are playing. You are not ready yet. Fine, everybody at some point starts as the OO, but don't remain there for long. And it's good for you to start as the OO because it allows you to know about every department, how it works. So as the only operating officer in your company, you know every aspect of the business. So by the time you are bringing team members on board, right, you're giving them first-hand experience of what you learned while you were OO. So don't remain the OOO of your business for so long. You are the one that will run ads. You are the one that will take products to the park. You are the one that will call customers. You are the one that will follow up with delivery agents, whether they have picked your goods from the park. You are the one that will ask delivery agents whether the orders you send to them they have delivered. It's the same you that will say, "Oh no, 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 no! You are that is slavery. You are imprisoning yourself for nothing." All right. And with that kind of structure, OOO structure, you cannot do you cannot scale. Even if you're doing 50 orders a day, I can show you, you'll be just the same way you were before you started doing 50 orders because you don't have a system to withstand it, right? So the very first thing you want to do is to set up a customer support department. So you're just starting out and you are at this point where, okay, your ads are doing well, you've learned how to scale, you're taking to the next level. Your customer support department should take care of calls, calling customers, interacting with delivery agents. You should not be the one doing that, right? Number two, your delivery, your logistics and delivery department. As the CEO of the company, you should not be on the streets. You should not be jumping Okada, jumping keke to go and send goods to one. You should not do that. That's the next thing you want to do. Get people. So when I say system has to do with three things. Your system, one is the people. You can't have a system without people. Number two is the process that guides how everything is going to be done. Number three is the technology. You cannot have a system without technology. So it's this three that's the bedrock that allowed us to be able to scale beyond our widest imagination, right? So what I'm saying now is talking about the department and the people involved, right? So I'm going to come to the technology in a bit. Inventory, stock keeping, logistics should be off your task. That's the second thing. So you have a department with people there, we train them what to do. So those are the things that you are currently doing. Send goods to how to label the packages, sending out to delivery agents, how to follow up with the agents to be sure that the goods are being collected, how to, and everything, and making sure your products are moving as fast as they can around the states, right? After you've done that, then the next unit you want to take off your shoulder is the social media department. So you see people running ads and people are there dropping comments. How much? How can I buy? Of course, like I said, at the initial stage, you are the OO, you are the only one there. So you would always be there chatting and replying them. You need to stop that. You have a team around that too. So when people drop comments, of course, some of these comments translate to others. Some of them are serious. How can I order? Okay, this is my address, this is my phone number. When you are the only one running it and you're the only one doing everything, it's after maybe 3 weeks that you will now see that comment. And you're not like, see someone that's dropping his phone number, he says he wants to order. By the time you call the person, he has gone cold. He must have bought from somewhere else or what have you. So you set up a department that have people there that their job is just to sit down on social media, interact with customers, and possibly convert them into sales, right? Then you should now set up your marketing department where you now have media buyers in the company that are running ads. So at that stage, that's when you can call yourself a CEO. A CEO does not work in his business. He doesn't work in his business. He works on his business. On more or less like a supervisory role, right? And strategies. That's what a CEO should be. So I've given you the ladder, how to move up. So when you get to that stage where you are no longer the one running your ads, you can still be involved in terms of just seeing what they are doing and what have you. But you have a team that's doing that for you. At that point, you know that your structure can withstand any amount of number of orders, daily orders. You are sure that, and this thing is the process. I mentioned three things. I said people, process, and technology. Your process is what would tell the people what to do and how to do what they do. More importantly, why are they doing what they are doing, right? So that is the process. Then number three, which is the technology, which is a missing part in 95% of e-commerce business in Nigeria. Let me give you an instance. You are sending products to delivery agents nationwide. Majority of e-commerce business owners, what they do right now is either they have a piece of paper and then they will write the list of agents. John, Abuja, Samuel, Jos, like that. So I sent 10 products to Samuel in Jos. They'll write it there, 10. By the time order come in, They forward the order to the delivery agent, and the delivery agent tells them that he has delivered. They will go back to that their paper, and then they will say 10 minus 2, remaining 8. They'll strike out. You strike out. You continue like that. Oh my God. You are in hell because you have your business messed up at the end of the day. Now, I'm not saying any delivery agent is bad or dubious, but this happened to me personally some 2 years ago, where we were just sending our products to delivery agents, and the agent would just say, your product is finished. In my mind, I was just like, it's finished. Okay, let's send another set. So one of our staff then just noticed, and I don't know what happened. She went through the records and found out that we sent, I think, 20 pieces or so. I can't remember now. And with the records, she was able to track and find out that we should be having, I think, 6 pieces left of that product. And I called the agent. I said, but you said this product is finished. I will find out that we should have 6 with you. He said, no, it can't be that. I said, okay, just please check. Our record is showing that we have 6. After the guy checked, after some hours, he called me and said, sorry, sir. I saw 5 pieces under one carton. There's one carton. There's one nylon that covered. I was like, Jesus Christ of heaven. So how many more products have we lost like this? Where we rely on the words of delivery agents. That is just only for your products. You don't even know how your products are moving. What is the stock left of your product? What about sales and orders? Orders come in, customer says deliver next tomorrow. Because you don't have a system, there's no technology driving your business, you just somehow find out 7 days later that this customer said we should deliver 3 days later. This is day 7. And then you are regretting. Of course, you already know the end result. Calling that customer and saying, sir, we are sorry, somehow we missed your order and we are ready to deliver. Don't even just waste your credit. I can assure you that is a failed delivery. So how about you have a system that allows you to be able to process the orders and also get notified and let you know when you schedule for a later date, right? Then one other very important thing is this has to do with scaling to an extent, but not Facebook scaling now.
Yeah.
The average industry standard of that's e-commerce business in Nigeria right now, because of pay on delivery, is about 40%. That is the industry average. 40% of successful delivery orders. So if you have 100 orders, the average is 40 will get delivered. But since we've started using this system, I'm going to share with you right now, our delivery rate has skyrocketed to 85 to 90%.
Wow.
When I share this with top e-commerce guys, they just open their mouth like, how come? What is it? Number one is your follow-up mechanism. So someone that placed an order for a product, the fact that you called him and he's saying maybe he traveled, or my grandma swallowed pressing iron, so I've used the money I'm supposed to use to buy your product. I've used it to take her to the hospital. All those normal stories that customers tell you. That does not mean the order is cancelled yet. You should have a system that will follow them bumper to bumper till either they decide to just block you or they buy. So we set up a series of campaigns that follows customers that have not that we've not delivered products to. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. And the best part of this is that this system is on WhatsApp. Nobody sees WhatsApp message and ignores it. Yeah. So you set the system message that goes to customers day 1, day 2, day 3, day 100. So it depends on the content of that message. So as soon as you set it, just go and sleep. The message, it just keeps sending out. So we find out that many of the customers that they were telling stories when it was time to deliver to them, when we put them in this WhatsApp automation sequence, after 30 days, some will buy. Some were actually waiting for end of the month. But because you don't have a system that follows up with them every day or every two days, by the time they are ready to buy, either an ad from your competitor will just appear on their Facebook and they'll just place their order. So that money that should have been yours, your competitor has collected it. Or by the time they're ready to buy, they in fact, they won't even think about you. Because you are not in their face. They won't think about you. Yeah, exactly. So it's something that you need to pay very close attention to. Have a system that does your follow-up for you automatically. I'm not talking about email or to responder. That's old school. Nigerians majority, yes, they read their emails, but they open their WhatsApp more. That's just it. Nobody, as I'm sitting here right now, if you notice 2-3 minutes ago, I looked in this direction. A WhatsApp message came, and somehow we've been built to respond to it because we believe that messages coming on WhatsApp are from people that we know, because people that you don't know will not send you WhatsApp message. Unlike email, you can easily opt into anybody's list and they will just continue blast you. But WhatsApp is very unique, right? So the management aspect, I digressed a little just to quickly make this point about follow-up. That's to increase your conversion, which is still part of the scaling. Because if you can convert more of the orders that come in, it's still scaling because there's more money coming in from the ad spend you spent before. So the other aspect of management has to do with you being able to automate several aspects of your business, like others that I had mentioned earlier, right? Automate systems there that allows you to help you manage your orders. So customer place an order, automatically you are notifying them of their order by SMS, by email, by WhatsApp. When you update the order status, customer says you deliver next tomorrow, you update it, and the customer will get notified on WhatsApp, SMS, and email. And this also helps them to know that, oh, these people are actually different from every other person that I bought from before. All right. So, and then management has to do with also tracking your products as they are moving from state to state, from agents to agents, right? So that you can, at any given time, you
This is
can
a
easily,
master already on management.
yes, you can easily come and look at your platform and know how many of your products are left at any time. And more importantly, you get notification when your products are running low, so that you don't need to wait until the product is finished before you restock. So you quickly know that it's time to restock because the product is getting low in stock, right? So that is that. And then orders that you schedule for a later day, on the day, so today is Friday, assuming an order came today Friday, customer says deliver on Monday. On Monday morning, you should have a system that will automatically show you all those orders. You don't need to start stressing yourself looking for the orders. It just show you that these are the orders that you've scheduled for this day that are due for delivery, right? Then talking about managing your staff, you are just paying salaries. You cannot quantify the amount of work your staff are doing. You can set targets for them and say, okay, this is the salary I'm paying, but I'm paying certain commission for every order that got delivered that was processed by this staff. So that way you can quantify the amount of work your staffs are doing. You can see it at the end of the month, you can see a report and say, okay, this staff closed 70 orders. So you set a target, commission of maybe 50,000. If it meets target of maybe 80%, you will see it there so that you can really know whether you are doing well or not. Then number two is your expenses. E-commerce business owners don't know their numbers. I wonder how you can be doing business and you don't know your numbers.
Yes.
Expenses, you see sales are you know money is coming in, money is coming in. But at the end of the month or at the end of the week, you cannot find where the money is, and then you start blaming the innocent village people. Those people are innocent. They don't have a matter in your problem. This very problem I'm talking about. You are the cause of the problem because you don't know your expenses, you don't track your expenses, and you don't know the impact of the expenses on your business. So it was when I started paying very close attention to data, this kind of data. I found that it will help us to cut excesses, right? There are some months where I look at the data and I find that the amount of money we are spending on fueling of bikes. Okay, let me quickly say something. While you are growing, right, this is part of scaling. Pay attention to your in-house delivery, right? What do I mean? You should set up a structure that takes care of delivery in your city. So like in Lagos now, for example, before we started acquiring our own bikes, our own in-house dispatch riders that does our delivery for us for Lagos orders, right? I found out that we're paying average of 2,000 naira to third-party delivery agents. And considering the amount of orders we're doing, so let's quickly do a math here. You're paying 2,000 naira for one order to get delivered. And you're doing, let's even just say 20. Let's just say 20 orders a day. 20 orders a day times 2,000 naira. How much is that?
Guys, drop a comment. Drop a comment.
Do we have
Yes, you
people on this
engage.
call?
Yeah, there are people.
20 orders a day, and you're paying 2,000 naira. How much is that?
Mathematicians, answer please.
How much is that? 2,000 naira a day times 20 orders. How much is that?
It seems there is a little delay before they show the comment. So I think that's the
All right,
reason for the delay.
40K. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate this comment. So it shows that people are following us and you are with us here. So there's nothing that gives someone joy on a webinar when you see that people are following and are paying attention. So I appreciate that. So 40,000 naira now times 40,000 naira times 26 days, because we are not going to count Saturday and Sundays. So I mean, Sunday won't count Sunday, so that's 4 days off. So 40,000 naira times 26 days, that's 1,040,000 naira. 1,040,000 naira paid to delivery agent to deliver for us in Lagos alone. I now said, how much does it cost to acquire a bike? How much will it cost to pay the salary of the dispatch rider? How much will it cost to do all the paper registration, fueling the bike, maintaining the bike, and everything? Total, apart from the cost of purchasing the bike, which is a one-off cost, right? If you remove that, buy the bike separately. With fueling, with salary, with repairs, you cannot spend up to 150,000 naira on a bike. You cannot spend up to that. Now, you can see what I'm saying now. 1 million naira versus 150,000. It's just like the margin is so wide. It's so wide. So pay close attention to that, because now you are scaling. Scaling now means that yes, you are doing more sales than you used to do before. So in your city there, have your own dispatch bikes. You are going to it's going to translate to more money for you, more income for you. All right. So there are still other things talking about how to manage dispatch riders and other things, but I don't want to drag this webinar too long, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to that here.
Exactly. So I was talking about managing staffs, right? Where you can see evaluate their performance and what have you. All right. So and now delivery agents, you can equally move, you can assign orders to delivery agents, right? And you have your stock automatically deducted. So the first instance I gave, where I said you have a piece of paper, you send 10 products to an agent, the agent has delivered 2, you are left with 8, where you now manually use pen and paper, you can cancel, and then gone are those days. With this platform, which I don't know if Mr. Samuel will repeat that to you, right? So everything is automatically done. You send 10 products to 10 units of a product to an agent. He has delivered 2. You will see there that you have 8 left. No stories. At any time, you can just go there and see it. Accurate. You don't have to call the agent and say, how many of my products is left with you? You don't need that. Then, yes, I was talking about expenses. Yes, that's what brought me to this issue of delivery bikes, right? That expenses aspect allows you to now analyze your business, and you will see a detailed sales report. Sales report tells you what's your net profit. I've seen a lot of e-commerce guys They are doing 1 million, 2 million, 3 million a week. They don't know what their profit is. At the end of the day, both profit, both capital, they eat everything. All right. So they find themselves stranded. So in your sales report, you can easily look at it at a glance and say, okay, these are the total sales. I made sales of 1 million. How much of this 1 million is my capital? In anything you do, protect your capital, protect your business capital. So you will see there that 1 million naira sales or 1 million naira worth of orders were delivered, right? You will see there that your capital in this amount of money that came in is maybe 300,000, right? Then you can now see all the expenses and then your net profit. So anything you're doing, whatever you do, guard your capital with your life. Because if your capital goes down, you are finished. You are going back to square one. So I would even suggest that from every profit, you take a percentage and top it up to your capital, right? And as this money is coming in, right, don't have this mindset that you have arrived. This is the time for you to even lay low. This is the time for you to act as if you don't have anything so that your business can be grounded, right? Everybody's talking about crypto, 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 crypto. If you are at this point where you are still growing your business, you don't have business with crypto, my friend. You don't have business buying land. You don't have business solving your family problem. Your family problem has been there. It will remain to be there. And the beauty of it is that the problems or those things you think you are missing out on now, the time is going to come when you will be able to do them, you'll be able to solve all these problems without shaking your business. You want your business to have a solid foundation so that tomorrow you find a winning product, you can go in and buy 5,000 pieces of that product, distribute around to your delivery agents and sell the craze out of it. That's how business is. So your capital base is your focus. Don't go and buy land. Don't go and do crypto at this point. There's a time you can pull 1 million, 2 million and buy land. There's a time you can take 1.5 and go to Dubai and come back. You will get there, delay gratification. So that's what I'll use to end this aspect of management. So I just quickly chip that into that's the financial and personal money management now. I just chip that into it. So it's actually broader than this, right? So Mr. Samuel, take it off from here.
Wow, 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 wow. Honestly, like you just baptize us with value, like value overload. Like this is just too much. So we started with mindset. We moved into physical scaling. Then we went into management, and now financial and money management. In fact, this is a masterclass on its own. So, guys, I'll give you guys room to ask questions. In fact, you can start dropping your questions and I'll put them on the screen for Mr. Um, Ayoola to answer. Please, we're taking just few questions because this live is going too long. So please drop your questions now. This is the time to ask questions. I'll put them on the screen. Now, before we start answering questions, let me tell you something. Mr. Ayoola talked about three core aspects of your e-commerce management: people, process, and technology. Now, he has done justice to the three aspects. But I will just talk about technology because that's what we do here. We talk about technology, how you can um, use technology to your advantage, and that is what I'll just within 2 minutes, and I'll be done. So there is this software that we use to manage our e-commerce business. Like it helps you manage your e-commerce business. Your life will be very, very easy when you start using the software. It is something I've been using. I've been using for months. Now, go check all of the top guys doing e-commerce in Nigeria. Just check top guys doing e-commerce in Nigeria. At least 70% of them are also using this software, this particular software. And that software is called Sniper CRM. See, guys, I won't give you rubbish. I won't recommend anything I've not used. I've been using Sniper CRM from the first version to the second version. I've been using Sniper CRM, and trust me, it has helped us. It's helped me personally to manage my e-commerce business and automate some processes like stock keeping, the record keeping, and some automation. Another thing, guys, is that Sniper CRM actually have this WhatsApp automation. See, I've been looking for where to get WhatsApp automation to on its own, like separately. I've been looking for it, but trust me, they cost a lot. But it is also integrated into Sniper CRM. Like you can get everything. You talked about some things. Everything you talked about in what's it called, e-commerce management. Everything can be done under the technology section. Everything can be done using what's it called, Sniper CRM. See, I use this thing. Is what I use. I currently use it. And one more thing that I did not talk about is because I know when we talk about technology and all of that, guys are looking for, okay, how does this relate to Facebook ads? You see, with this Sniper CRM, you can export your list. Even if Facebook keeps banning your account or something, you can export your list. There is a way you can use it. Export this list, create a lookalike audience. You can also, there are times you have failed deliveries. You can create a custom audience of these failed deliveries, create a custom audience on your ads manager, and exclude them from your campaigns. So there are so many things. It has so many features and functionalities, like so many, 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 many features. So, guys, here is the thing. Because you are currently on this live call, listen, because you are currently on this live call, you can enjoy 20% discount, because I have to tell Mr. Ayoola that he should just give out this discount to you guys. And the only people that even have access to these discounts are people that have bought my program, which is sold for 20,000 naira. That particular program, I think I put it on the screen earlier on. So you can also get that program. I also recommended this Sniper CRM inside the program. So that particular program, it is only the student that have access to this discount. But I'm giving you, I beg you that, okay, you should just allow everybody to have access to this discount. So far you're on this live call. It will help you scale, it will help you manage your business. I don't want to talk too much on it about this software. Just go to adelikesamuel.com forward slash, sorry, adelikesamuel.com forward slash CRM. Visit that page, read it. If you are not convinced, you might not buy. But trust me, if I'm recommending it, it is very, very okay. I use it in my e-commerce business. So, guys, go check out the software, and you'll be glad you did. And you will enjoy 20% discount. You enjoy 20% discount. Another thing is, you don't even need to pay right now. You can actually sign up for a free trial. I think there is a free trial, so you can use the 14 days free trial, check out the software. If you love it, get it. But trust me, you will love it. It also, another thing before I stop talking about this Sniper CRM, is just so awesome, is this. It has an ID generator. Now before you run any advert, Facebook will tell you upload an ID and all of that. They actually created another feature, another functionality on this same Sniper CRM that you can use to generate IDs. What's it called? Oh, don't let me talk. I don't want to talk about that. But guys, just check out Sniper CRM, and you'll be blown away. Starting guaranteed. I am telling you that. So guys, ask your questions, and let's call this a live webinar. Okay, so I'll start picking some questions I'm seeing here. Checking the software, awesome. Okay, so I'll start picking some questions here. So Mr. Ayoola, just answer these questions shortly. So because you have many questions here. Okay, so this is the first question. I have a product on ground, and it is health product. Please, what strategy can you advise to sell health products? So guys, keep your question coming. I would put them on the screen. Then Mr. Ayoola will answer you.
Okay, I have a product on ground and it's health product. Please, what strategy can you use to sell health product? Okay, health product is a tough one. It's a tough one because of Facebook's policy, right? So I don't know where you are presently in e-commerce. I don't know the stage you are. If you're a newbie or an expert, but I will just drop it here. I will just sorry, please. I want to plug. I will just say something here that if you're just starting out in e-commerce, please, doing health is like trying to get older than your age. You'll be 25 and you'll be looking like you're 70 if you're just starting out, right? So for you to move fast, even though in your mind you want to sell health products, I will just tell you, please just leave it first. Go and pick other products that that will not give you problem running ads, right? So pick other products so that you can have money in quickly. You, by the time Facebook start dealing with you with health products, oh my God, you would think the whole village people are your matter. So that's that. So I want to assume that you are grounded to an extent in e-commerce business for you to be doing health products. So what you do is, um, it's not a new strategy, but what you simply do is, I always recommend that you focus more on building a list. Focus more on building a list. Have lead magnets that will bring people into your list. So at the front end, you are not selling any product, right? So when they opt in, you can decide to now take them to your sales page, which I don't still recommend. So the sales happens after that at the back end. That's where the sales happen. So you put them in a series. So thank God for the WhatsApp automation that we have now, which allows you to set series of WhatsApp messages to them. So once they opt into your list to get your lead magnet, right, you now start following up with them, and then you now introduce the product and sell to them. So this method, you will not have sales from day one, right? So don't expect sales from day one, day two, because it's a follow-up sequence. But you that have this system I just shared now, right, and someone that is selling directly from his ads straight to his sales page, right, after 30 days, compare your income, you would have done 3 or 4 times better than the other guy. He will make sales from day one. Day one is already selling. He sees sales. But you, day one to day five, is still looking dull because you are still building your list. You're still, you understand? So you're warming up your
Okay,
audience.
so
But by the time the
let's go to
sales
the
start
next
dropping,
question.
oh,
Continue, please. Just wrap it up. We have many questions.
yeah. So that's just it. I think I've shared what I have in mind.
Okay. I want us to attend to most of the questions. So let's just you understand. So okay, the next question is Mr. Duro, when you use detailed targeting, you get a low amount of audience. So my question is, do you stack different targeting together?
With digital targeting, yes. Before this Facebook's and iOS 14
Very
update,
important. Yeah.
we don't stack different targets together. You separate them. You look for a large audience segment and use only one interest per ad set, and it was doing excellently well. But after this iOS 14 update, we found out that those it no longer works. So you have to stack them up so that you can have very large audience, potential
Size.
audience size. Yes. So yes, you stack them up. That's what works now.
Okay. The next question. Okay, let me put it on the screen. So this is the next question. Please, I noticed when trying to use a new Facebook account to run ads, Facebook will automatically disable the account. So please, how do we prevent Facebook from disabling a new ad account?
Okay. So everybody is actually having that issue right
Yeah.
now. So I think it's a general issue, right? So what we do is that we try to verify our account before we use it to run ads. So that's the first thing. So don't run ads. And then number two, we've discovered that business manager accounts are being shut down recklessly. So for now, personal accounts are what I mean is what is working right now. So you might just for now temporarily stop using business manager to run ads. Just use personal accounts, right? And then try to do your verification before you start running ads. That's just it for now because we too we've lost a lot of ads accounts, tried all we could, but I found out that this method actually works to an
Yeah,
extent.
it's actually a new trend. During
Yes,
end of the year, Facebook comes with all of these
exactly. And it's
stuffs.
very, very
Before,
annoying.
yeah, it is a trend. It will soon go. But for now, just as you have said, use, although I still use a business manager though,
Ah,
but
okay. So you are one of the lucky few.
now the thing is this, if you have business manager accounts that are kind of old that you have been using for a while, Facebook
Yeah.
won't really touch them. You get it now. But if, as you have said, the question is new account. So I think that is what you should do. So you can just try personal ad account, probably that will work. Okay, so let me look for probably two more questions and we'll call it a night. Uh, do you advise us to verify business manager in order to run ads effectively? Of course, yes. I think he has answered that. Let's move to the next one. Okay, I think that's all. Please, if you have questions, if I've not put them on the screen, please kindly repost. Kindly repost them so I won't miss your question, please. So I'm trying to get the questions. I want to make sure I answered, like we attend to everything. If you have questions, please post them again. If I've not put them on the screen, please. I beg you. The application for, I don't know if this is a question. The application for automated SMS. Okay, yeah, the application is same as Sniper CRM. Like everything is inside Sniper CRM. Like it has a lot of features that you can use and functionalities. Everything is integrated inside Sniper CRM. And you can just use that link at jksamuel.com/. Oh, I'll remove it from the screen. Let me put it back. You can use this link to enjoy 20% discount. So, important, how do you trigger the verification process on a new account? I don't know. Is this a question? Sorry, let me just attend to this. How do you trigger the verification process? Um, Femi Olamide, go check. I have done series of tutorial on iOS 14 updates, verification, and all of that. Check my YouTube channel to see a video. In a situation where delivery agent is stealing one's product, what can be done? Please just answer this and I will call it a night. You have really tried. This is over 2 hours already.
Where okay, so
Yeah,
you are the
I
one that
promise.
give. Okay.
Sorry. Someone just said, I promise the bonus. Yes, of course. I said if you wait to the end, we are almost through, but wait to the end and I will share the bonus with you. Okay, so over to you, Mr. Yola. Just summarize and let's call it a
Okay.
night.
Yeah. So they say if there's no crack in the wall, the lizard will not go in, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So you are the one that gave the delivery agent the opportunity to steal your product, right? So I wouldn't let me not jump to the conclusion. I might not really understand the context you're talking about now. So is it from the context of you send 10 units of products and then at the end of the day the man is telling you you have only two left, whereas you have five left. If it's from that context, so it's your fault because you don't have a system to automate your product tracking and monitoring and updates. So if you have a system that does that, there won't be any room for anyone stealing your products, right?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Yola. You have really, really done justice to all of the questions that has been asked here. So thanks, and we'll see at the back. You understand, at the back end.
No
So
problem, no
thanks.
problem.
I do appreciate your time. We will talk. You understand? So we'll talk later. All right. So okay, guys. I want to be sure and certain that you have gotten extreme value this night. Like you got value. Please, if you got value, please just drop them in the comment section. Let me know before I share my giveaway with you all. So if you have gotten value from this night, what's it called? This night's webinar. If you want me to bring more people, more marketing experts, like more people on this live, then comment. Let me know. Let me know if it is worth your time. Let me know. Drop a comment, please. Let me know. Then I will talk about what I wanted to give for free. Wow, wow, wow. Great job, guys. Kelvin. Hey, Osaze Kelvin. Uh, thanks so much. Ogumakinwa. Thanks, guys, for joining me live. I really do appreciate. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, guys. All right, thanks for the feedback. So guys, here is the free gift that I'll be giving you. I actually have a course right now that I'm currently selling. The course is actually sold for 10,000 naira at the moment. Now, here is the thing. This Facebook ban that we are currently experiencing, see, is like a trend. There is nothing you can really do about it. No, there is something, but it is more like a trend. Do you get it now? It is more like a trend. Yeah, Jack Okonkwo, yeah, there will be a replay for this webinar on this same channel. So the thing is more like a trend. So you can only do a little, but trust me, it's a trend. It happens at the end of the year. It happens at the end of the year. In fact, most of the things I currently do in my e-commerce business, like it happened during this period 2 years ago. So I had to take time because I was frustrated and all of that. I had to take time to craft out a way I can limit this ban and restriction. So here is the thing: that particular program is currently sold for 10,000 naira, but because you're on this live call, I'm giving it out for free. Listen, this is not a course I'm not selling again. It is sold for 10,000 naira, and you guys will be getting it for free, like getting it for free. And how do you access it? I created a Telegram channel. This is not a group or community where they will disturb you at all. No, you might not even receive any message in a day. So just go to adelekesame.com/telegram. Join the channel. I'll put the link to access this module, this tutorial there. It is not on YouTube. I'll put it in the what's it called, in the Telegram group. Okay, let me put the link here. So just join. So before the end of tomorrow, oh sorry, before the end of tomorrow, I would drop the link there. So that is the first what's it called, the first bonus I said I will give you guys, or give away. The next thing is I also have a course on e-commerce business management, because I notice most people are not talking about it, and it's because they don't know about it, about e-commerce business management, how you can automate your business, your e-commerce business, have time for yourself, scale your business, manage. Mr. Yola actually talked about it briefly, but if you really want an in-depth understanding and knowledge on this, just check out the tutorial, the program I did. Just go to adelekesami.com/EVW. This is the screen. This is the link on the screen. And the thing is, the course is actually sold at 20,000 naira. It comes with some bonuses too. So just check the page. You will read details about it. It is 20,000 naira at the moment, but you can get it for 10,000 naira, 50% discount. You can just chat me up on Messenger or something. I'll put my Messenger URL inside the description of this video. Chat me up if you are interested. I'll give you a discount. Trust me, you'll see some big guys in e-commerce in that same group and community. 10,000 naira, but I'm opening this for just 3 days. On Monday, the offer is gone. So if you're interested, you can buzz me and WhatsApp or Messenger. I would respond. Now, the last thing is, if you're on this call and you're interested, and that Sniper CRM is actually owned by Mr. Ayoola. Now, listen, you might be like, because he's doing Abi, then I'm bringing him. No, see, he's a developer and also a marketer. So he understands, not just a marketer, an advertiser, and an e-commerce business owner. So you understand the problem we are having as regards management. So he and his team actually took out time to create this software. In fact, it is awesome. I don't need to talk much about that. Just go check it out. So you also get 20% discount because you're on this live call. So just go to let me put this on the screen. adelekesami.com/CRM. Then you will enjoy the discount. So guys, I really want to appreciate you for joining me live. Please, if you got value, please, the best thing you can do, this is free, right? This is like a master class. Like this video, share with friends, subscribe to the channel. Then I'll bring more people. Don't worry, I'll make announcement of the next people I'll be bringing on this show. And join this Telegram group. Okay, this is where I'll be dropping updates. Oh, sorry, let me you guys should just give me a sec. So I'll be dropping more updates, and also the free course I'm giving you guys will be sent on this Telegram group. Join the Telegram, not Telegram group now, Telegram channel. Nobody will disturb you. I'll just be sending like important information You get it now? And the next slide too, I would send it there. So just visit adekesamuel.com/telegram. It will redirect you to the Telegram channel. Just join. I will send the premium course for free to you guys tomorrow. And also, more lives will be done. I'll give you updates there. So, guys, trust me, I really do appreciate your time. Thanks for joining me. And um, wait and watch my tutorial next week. Bye. Good night, guys. Um, oh,